Badlands Ranch is leaving about $300,000 plus per month on the table, and they don't even realize it. I'm going to show you exactly where it's hiding. They're one of the most recognizable dog food brands here in the States, but they're almost invisible from an organic search point of view. What we see is a lot of brands that are paid first. They obviously put a lot of time and effort into the paid acquisition channels, but from an organic search point of view, it goes completely neglected, right? So there's about $300,000, as I said, that they're leaving on the table from here. So we can see just a quick pull of their current keywords with things. Obviously, their branded search terms, they're ranking first for. There's decent volume on this as well, which is fantastic. But then as soon as we start to look at commercial and transactional intent keywords, like these ones here, we can see that they're not ranking at all, despite there being pretty friggin' large search volumes, okay? So basically what we've done here is we've done keyword research across the entire website on all the different products that they already have. So this means they don't need to create any new products, right? All of this existing volume is being searched online and they're not tapping into any of it, which blows my mind from an SEO point of view, right? If you don't know who I am, I'm Thomas Phillips. I'm the co-founder at DTC SEO agency. We've been doing SEO for almost 20 years now. At this point, we've built, scaled, and sold 17 different brands, all from SEO being the core of the traffic. We built the agency about 3 years ago because we had so many people asking us to do SEO for them. We finally gave in, and it's been freaking awesome. So deep diving in on this, as I said, we pulled together all the target keywords for every single product. We then looked at, should this be a collection page or a product page or something else? Google will tell us exactly what type of page they want to rank. So you can see these on here. This is the monthly search volume in the States. It equates to about 135,000 people per month looking for these products, right? This is just the collection of keywords that we have on here. Now, the traffic, how much traffic could they actually get from here? Well, if they're in around the top 3 positions, you'll never be first, you'll be switching between them, okay? You'll never be first all the time, rather. You'll be switching in between. There's around a 28% click-through rate with that. So for this top search term on here, we can see there's about 4,200 in traffic per month. But because these are transactional and commercial intent keywords, people have their credit card out ready to buy. So what we usually find when we compare in our triple whale dashboard, which we do all of our attribution and reporting, when we look at organic search versus paid, usually organic search is 2, sometimes 3x the conversion rate of paid advertising, because instead of pushing it, they're already searching for it. The intent is so much higher. Next, we have the time to rank. 2 to 4 months is for this particular page. We'll dive in on this in a sec. And the revenue that they're leaving behind. So this is based off of their conversion rate and also the average order value. This is what we do, is we deep dive in with your actual numbers to give you the correct amount in terms of an ROI and a revenue number and a time frame that is basically broken down for your very specific website. Okay, so as we start to go down further, like probiotics for dogs as an example, 42,000 searches per month, right? You can get around 12,000 in traffic per month. This one is going to take a little bit longer. Now, the reason for this 3 to 6 months is because none of these pages exist on their website right now. So we need to create the content, we need to create the page, we need to get it indexed. Once it's indexed, then we can start link building to it and we can start to compound the power over time. Now, if this whole structure of the website had already been built, let's say a year ago, this website would rank so much quicker. This time frame of things would be so much less because there's already authority and there's the time as well, as in terms of Google seeing, okay, this page has existed for a period of time already. Okay, so we can see basically all the revenue of this equates to about $321,000 per month in net new revenue, right? That is freaking epic. Okay, so we can basically see all the time frames on here. And this is just for the products that they have on the site right now. Okay, so as I said, that equals about 321,000 net new revenue, which is just shy of $4 million per year in new organic revenue. Now, this does not even include the LTV of the product, right? We're looking at subscription-based products here. This is just the first month net new revenue. So if you're a pet brand or you have a subscription-based D2C e-commerce brand, Just think about that, like month one revenue and then what your LTV is, and just times that number by that. It should blow your mind, right? Okay, so and these numbers are very much conservative. Okay, so what we pulled together is a 28% blended click-through rate, being in the top three. Okay, when you're number one, you usually hit about a 40% click-through rate. Meaning, if there was 10,000 people a month who are searching for a keyword, and you're first, you're getting about 4,000 clicks per month, which is exactly why our main part of our strategy is to target commercial and transactional intent keywords. Those are the money makers. They are the ones that we want. We are not interested in creating hundreds and hundreds of blogs that are just spun up by some AI tool that Google, as of a month and a half ago, is actively targeting. So if you are creating AI content en masse on your website, please stop, unless you want to be penalized by Google. Okay? Content in terms of blog articles should be used as authority building pieces. Okay? Yes, you can get traffic to them. Will they convert? At a very low percentage, yes. Which is why it's a big portion of our strategy, but it is certainly not the main focus. Obviously, being cited in the top results matters, especially in those AI sections, which is really what we gun for. The way that we create content specifically grabs that. And then obviously organic traffic compounds. Okay, so as your website month on month on month is becoming more and more and more powerful and more authoritative, the more traffic Google is just going to gift you. And obviously, when you switch off ad spend, that's it. Your traffic's gone. But from an SEO point of view, it carries on, which is fantastic. And obviously, overall, it just lowers your blended CAC overall. Cool. And then from an AI perspective, we're going to go through and we'll search a couple of these in a sec. I've searched recommend a probiotic for my dog's gut health. Note that I'm also inside of the temporary chat. This is super important. If you do this and you own a brand or a product that is going to come up in here, the likelihood is you've already spoken to ChatGPT about it. It becomes very biased and then puts your product up first or in the top three. So make sure that you click on the temporary chat and then you get more accurate data. Now, caveat to this, you may have seen prompt tracking tools online. If you search the same thing multiple times, this whole 1, 2, 3 section is going to start shifting around. Sometimes it aggressively shifting, like other products just won't appear like they did on the first time round, which means that prompt tracking is incredibly inaccurate and it's incredibly difficult to actually track what comes up. Okay, so if you're using prompt tracking tool, go and test it yourself live and you'll see exactly what I mean. Okay, so let's have a look at each of these then. So why are these products coming up and the brand that we're talking about is not coming up at all? Okay, so we can find that out exactly. So let's scroll down on here. Let's click on sources and then let's have a quick look at what we can see on here. Okay, so we have PetMD and this is a listicle. Okay, let's click in on this. I've already opened this up. As you can see on here, the 8 best probiotics for dogs in 2026. What is the first product? Bam. This one, the exact same one that is recommended as the first one on here. What is the second product? This pink one. Yes, it's exactly the same as the one that comes up on here. So this is incredibly important in terms of getting a lot of press, getting a lot of digital PR, and especially being featured in listicles. What I mean by a listicle is a list of products saying this is the best one, this is the next best one, etc., etc. So this is exactly what we focus on from a digital PR point of view, getting into those big publications and getting a link back. It's like rocket fuel for Google for your website. And then also being featured in listicles multiple times over, where ChatGPT can basically look at all of these different pages, because it's basically just searching online, finding all of these, looking at how many times they're recommended in which slot, and then it's pulling that data in and then presenting it to you. Okay, so we can essentially manufacture that by being featured in those different listicles, and obviously that's fantastic from a brand point of view as well as. Cool. Okay, so obviously this brand owns their name in terms of Google, but they don't own their categories yet. Okay, so if you are a DTC brand and you really want to scale up in terms of organic search, and maybe you've used an SEO agency in the past, maybe you haven't, maybe you've totally neglected it, this is the time to focus on this, right? We focus on things from a organic search point of view, but also from an AI search point of view, AEO, GEO, whatever you want to call it at that point. Two very big focuses on that. So if you're interested, book a call with myself, fill out the form, and we'll basically run through all of your goals, all of your numbers right now. We'll really see if we can help, how we can help, and then we'll build out that full strategy that is way more detailed than what I've just shown you on here. It ends up being around 50 to 60 pages of just like a mad amount of detail, but we're showing you everything. This is the exact blueprint of how we would rank the site. This is the investment amount, this is the time frame, and this is how much we think that you'll generate from that based off of the actual data. We also have, we're the only SEO agency in the world to have a fully built out triple whale dashboard. We spent 4.5 months with the co-founders of Triple Whale to basically pull this data in correctly. We can see every single KPI that we want from an organic search point of view. And we also have one from an AI search point of view. So any revenue that's coming in from Copilot, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, etc., we can see all of that data because we want to be reporting on the revenue, not just, oh, this keyword went from here to here. Cool. So if that's interesting to you, click below, get things booked, and I look forward to seeing you on the call.